Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Welcome to episode 192. Interesting one, this one. Now, there's how many years is there in this one? 1, 2, 3. There's 3 years in this. The first 2 are from the same patient, a gentleman who came to see me. And he came to see me because his wife had been to see me previously, and she was very happy with the treatment. So when he developed a problem, as you can see he's got here, she said, "Oh, I know a guy, you should go and see this fellow that I saw, he was really good and he found a problem." So the reason why she had a problem was, I think you can find it in episode 56, I want to say it's called. I will try and put a link in it down below in the comments if I can. It's sometimes hard to put links on TikTok for some reason, but on YouTube and Facebook I will try and post a link to the episode if I can. So in his wife we found a huge bony crater on the base of her ear canal. I wasn't quite sure what it was. Could have been a couple of things. It could have been a canal cholesteatoma, benign osteitis, like kind of reduced blood flow causing a nasty ulceration. You can see this one here, the first one's come out quite nicely, just left a little bit down there, which we've got to go down to the fine tube and get that. Nice healthy eardrum after that one. This other one was quite similar. Now, when we find things like this, we obviously refer them to the patient's general practitioner, or the primary care physician, as you might know them as in the US, and ask them to refer them on to to ENT. Sometimes you go directly to ENT, but I find it's always best to do it through the general practitioner. We don't always get an update, and this can be really frustrating sometimes, because you always wonder, well, what happened? What actually was it? What was the diagnosis of that? Now, we didn't get a proper diagnosis, but when this lady was sent for, she was sent when I sent the pictures and the images and a letter and what have you. She got an ENT appointment relatively quickly, within a month or so, I think, and she was seen quite quickly, and they did an MRI scan, CT scan, because they wanted to make sure that there was nothing underneath this, that it wasn't penetrating deeper down below. And there it is. There's the image of it what we found. As you can see, quite a nasty one. But anyway, they weren't concerned. Now, what I've put here is a GP referral letter. Now, the names in this are completely made up, as is the picture. Some related to what I've written in there anyway. You can pause it and have a read if you like. I think it's like John Smith of Smith Street, Smithsville. It's completely made up. But this isn't. This is the part of the letter, with the names blacked out, obviously, that we got back from the ENT surgeon. Long and short of it was, they checked it out after the scans, couldn't find anything to be too concerned about with this ulceration in there. So they gave some antibiotic ointment that I assume they put in that area, and then cleaned that out just to make sure that there was no ongoing infection in there that was causing this. And so she's going to go and see them regularly to get this cleaned out. So they don't actually need to treat it with anything, no surgery. They just need to make sure it's kept clean, and that anything any skin that collects in there, they remove it pretty quickly. Anyway, that's that. This second one here, I made a bit of a dog's dinner of this, or a pig's ear, depending on what you want to say. Now, sometimes it can be a quality, it can be a fault sometimes. I'm quite stubborn. Now, this chap here that came to me just one block up here, it's actually a friend of mine. Our kids go to the same school. Hi there, if you're watching, by the way. And I've already pulled it forward a reasonable amount, but what I can't then do, I can't seem to get it round that bend and get it out the final bit. And yes, I've got hold of it, it's moving, it's wiggling, and the stubbornness in me says, come on, you've already got hold of this, keep going, it's coming, keep going, it's coming. Well, what I should have done, at this point anyway, I should have carried on here, but when it got to this point is when I probably should have got some tools in, the hook, rows and insert. It's what I did eventually anyway, and actually pulled it out with that, because it's quite dry, quite difficult to get a grip on. But because I could get a bit of a hold and it was all moving, I just kept persevering with it, and I suppose all of us practitioners, sometimes when we look back at things, I mean, I look back at this, I cringe a little bit, think, oh, come on, what are you doing? You're making a meal of that. As you guys are probably thinking the same thing. But it's good to self-reflect sometimes. We don't get better if we don't reflect on our practice and think, could we have done this? Could we have done that? And that's the great thing about recording these videos. You can watch back and I can learn from myself, you know. At this point, I thought, oh, I have made the right decision here, because I've tried to lift it up, because the base of that is a bit easier to get a grip on, because you can see it's the fresh layer of dead skin, a bit easier than the dry stuff on the top of it. But still, it wasn't going to come. But I shouldn't have needed to get to this point anyway. But I did give up eventually. As you'll see towards the end of the video, I'll get the rosin inserter out. Anyway, I wanted to show you a couple of things. I have started planning episode 200, which I know isn't far away. And a couple of things I'm going to do. I'll give you a teaser here. I might give away one of our mugs. To, you know, a shameless attempt to grow the channel. This I might do this to anyone who likes it, shares it, or make sure they follow the page, leaves me a comment. Completely shameless attempt to grow the channel, but I promise I will give one of these away, no matter where it is in the world. Hopefully somebody in Australia doesn't win it, because it costs a fortune to ship things over there. But hey, if that's what happens, that's what happens. So I'll collect all the names for people who do leave me a comment saying yes, I'd love that, and then I'll put it in one of these random wheel generator things. I'll try and post that. I don't know how to do this yet, by the way. I will figure it out, and I'll give one away. But also I've been planning some other things. Now this is a very quick teaser. Episode 200 is going to be a little bit musical. I'm not going to tell you any more than that, because I've been working on a few things today. So as you can see, I have got the rosin inserter embedded in this. I'll look at this when it comes out. Good old chunk. I'll try and I haven't put them on at the moment. I will put the things at the end of the video. The plugs, I think of the first one and second. I think I do have them, but I'll put them on at the end of the video. So as I'm watching the screen, they're not actually there, but I'll try and add them on later. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. But for now, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.